Hello, everybody. I just wanted to address everybody real quick at the start of these readings to thank you all for your subscriptions and comments and all of the views that you guys have sent my way. I really appreciate your guys' intention and enthusiasm to all that we do here on this little channel. Very much so. And once again, as we get into your mid-June general readings, please remember that these readings are for entertainment purposes only. I hope you enjoy them. Here we go.
Oh, hello, Cancer. Thank you for joining me in this moment in space and time. I hope you're all doing well out there, and I want to thank you for all the support you've shown for this little YouTube channel as we mix up the cards here for your mid-June reading. I just wanted to shout out to a couple of new ways to get in touch with me and get involved with Norrin Rad Tarot. There are some links in the description box down below, new ways you guys can get in touch with me. The little channel has grown, so I'm doing my best to adapt and to grow with it and to keep bringing you guys these readings. So again, thanks for joining me in this moment in space and time. It's kind of cloudy and rainy here today, so the universe has given me the perfect opportunity to do a reading for you guys, Cancer. And we're asking, what are the messages for mid-June for Cancer? What are any stuck energies? What are the healing messages? And what can we reveal for Cancer here in mid-June 2017? Okay, here we go. All right, what's been up for you guys? I got the feeling I got is generally positive. It's generally like you guys are putting yourselves out there on very good levels, very accepting, very embracing at this time, Cancer. For most of you, I believe that is kind of an overwhelming feeling. I see a lot of work being done just to sort of shake off any prejudgments other people are having from you at this time, and just kind of like water off a duck's back is a feeling I got. All right, the overall energy at the bottom of the deck, we've got Knight of Pentacles. So, children at the forefront this month. You guys may be dealing with situations where getting the kids off to camp or planning summer holidays around children could be at present here for June. Some of you could be dealing with children who are graduating. You could be celebrating with them, things of that nature, discussions about first years in colleges, those sort of things, and as well preparations that need to be made in regards to budgeting, you know, what do we do now that summer's here? These months of July and August that are coming up, they always tend to have that big break in our routines and our schedules, right? Because for those of you that are children, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Adjustments need to be made. Things need to happen in regards to where is everybody going and is everybody on the same page and that sort of thing. So discussions with children, I believe, is going to be at the forefront. And as well, some of you could straight up be dealing with an earth sign, a Capricorn, a Virgo, or a Taurus in terms of your partnerships. Or somebody that you're dealing with. The Knight of Pentacles is traditionally a slow-moving energy. So for some of you, maybe feeling the dog days of summer have already sort of set in, and you're just feeling very relaxed, and hopefully not too much apathy has crept in or complacency with whatever it is that you're doing. So Knight of Pentacles, up in an overall energy. You guys are going to be kind of dealing with a lot of different things. This should be a very interesting reading. All right, Cancer. Ace of Cups, right? Look at this. For me, this is new relationships. This is single Cancers actively putting themselves out there, like I mentioned earlier, and being rewarded for it. This is new harmony found with new people. This is new feelings towards different people and new emotions that are coming to the surface that could be regarding somebody that you know or somebody that you just met. The Ace of Cups is almost like sort of the beginning of a new heart, the heart's journey, so to speak. It's almost like this card appears when old situations have been dealt with, when we've got the completion, when we've got the solidity of old doors being closed, so to speak. And that's really good energy to see here. So for this up in the grounding energy, we're going to want to make sure, Cancer, that we're not too caught up in our new emotions. We're going to need to find some balance in that, you know, if somebody has really kind of come along and caught our eye or puts a new breath of wind beneath our wings, so to speak, we're going to have to do our best to remain balanced. Just kind of take that deep breath and be like, oh, this is amazing. This is wonderful here. Let's just ground ourselves, because the Ace of Cups is not a grounding energy by any stretch of the word, and this card is showing up in a grounding in the root chakra. So some of you might just be feeling very excited, and some of you may even be kind of like having trouble settling down at night. The mind and the heart might be racing, right? And you may just have certain convictions within yourself about how the future is going to go, how these next couple weeks or these next couple months are going to go, and you're kind of playing it out like a movie in your head. Like you're almost like, for a few of you, I feel like living in the future, so to speak, when it's kind of like everything you're doing is to prepare for something new coming along. But Ace of Cups is an excellent card in showing that for a lot of Cancers that are checking this out, a new relationship is afoot, and a new feeling in regards to somebody is definitely at the forefront at present time. So it's good to see that energy there, Cancer. Let's move on up into our sacral energy. We have Queen of Swords reversed. Okay, what's she doing there? When Queen of Swords is reversed, we kind of have to be on our lookout. We have to be on our lookout for people wanting to cut us down, people wanting to take our newfound inspirations and our good feelings, and we have to make sure we're not attracting people, naysayers, so to speak, into our life. People saying, well, you'll never pull that off, you can't do that, or, oh, you're feeling good today, just wait till tomorrow comes, then you're gonna be sorry. Those kind of people, let's make sure we're not involving ourselves with these kind of people. All right. Now, to see this in regards to your creative center with Queen of Swords, the feeling I have with this card, if we want to externalize this, is some of you could be in collaborations with air signs or people where there might be a little bit of a power struggle, people wanting to take the lead on certain projects, or people saying it's my way or the highway, or certain people that are just not really even willing to listen to you at present time when it comes to like overcoming some sort of adversity or some sort of problem that you're facing. Okay. When Queen of Swords shows up, I tend to advise to duck and run. You gotta kind of sort of learn how to manage this energy. It's tough to confront it head on. So if you are involved with an air sign, a Libra or a Gemini or an Aquarius, you may just need to find ways to manage yourself around this person so that you're not getting involved in any sort of conflict, okay? If we're looking at this as being you, I see this as energy here where communication is going to be key. If you're into new relationships, we don't want to be keeping any secrets, Cancer. We don't want to be hiding anything that, what do they call them, deal breakers, or stuff that we don't want to like dabble in mediocrity or compromise on. We need to be open with our new partners about the things that set us off, the things that turn us off, and the things that turn us on. Although it's fun in a relationship, a new relationship, to explore those things, sometimes it's better to be very upfront with what our expectations are, not necessarily about the other person in general, but about certain things, about triggers or about hang-ups that you might have. And if you are dealing with certain hang-ups that you have, it's time for you guys to be addressing them and saying, all right, well, is this me, or is this something that, I'm going to have to look at in more detail in order to feel comfortable yet again, okay? So if we want to internalize this Queen of Swords is saying we need to be honest with ourselves with what we're willing to accept, what we're willing to not accept, and we have to be we have to be telling ourselves these things so that when it comes time to sharing this with a partner, with another person, or getting it off our chest, then we're not having as much trouble doing that, right? Okay. So Queen of Swords up in sacral energy, she's reversed. So for some of you guys, make sure if there's somebody that is just like coming off super argumentative, or there's like no resolution coming about for these next couple of weeks, Cancer, I'm just going to say, like, maybe just kind of go around the corner and peek around the corner at this person without getting directly involved, because you don't want to be in this person's path when they really let off, so to speak. And you may be, if there's something that you're wanting to salvage out of this relationship, letting them go off on their tangent and then coming back at a later point in time will actually serve you a lot better than getting up in this person's grill about it, okay? All right, now, Gut Instincts, Two of Swords, reversed. So this card here is some sort of resolution, something your resolve is strong about. moving forward in a particular direction. The feeling is that an intuitive decision was just made or recently will be made, and it's almost like you guys have predestined it within yourself. There was a choice, but the higher self or the inner being, there was no choice to begin with. You already knew the answer before the question was presented, kind of energy, with this Two of Swords reversed up here in the solar plexus energy. So apply it to your situation, whatever it may be you're going to. If you have to choose between plans A or plans B, you know, your heart and your higher self already know where you're going. So don't give the other much time, or be very effective in your communication as quickly as you can about it, so that proper planning, nobody gets upset that a decision was made at last minute when all along the decision, it kind of had already been decided, right? Or if you know that, you know, there's a certain resolution isn't going to come about because somebody is being so bullheaded, you guys may have to kind of like circumnavigate this person, and that decision like needs to be made to do so, and you'll have to manage certain adjustments, certain ways of doing things. And now I like to empower my subscribers and people who view this to say, take no guff from anybody, don't do anything other ways. But sometimes being at peace is better than being right. And even though you know you're right, you know, even though you know this person's being a bullheaded donkey donk, you know, it's kind of like you have to let other people stumble. And sometimes we just kind of have to take a deep breath, step back and watch that happen. Even if it means, well, maybe we can't get that done today, or this isn't going to happen until maybe August now because we have to let this person go out and do their thing, right? So to speak. So for those of you that are looking at these new relationships here, some of you may be addressed with a quick commitment kind of question, like, do you love me? Do you want to go mutual exclusive? Are we taking this friendship to the next level? Will you be my one and only? That sort of thing. If you feel it's too quick, Cancer, you may just be asking for a little bit of time. Or for some of you, you may know intuitively in your heart, and you're at a position where you're feeling good to trust in yourself to say yes or no, right? This is not a time for maybes, right? You can ask for more time, certainly, to clear things up. But when you're communicating, the feeling I have is you don't want to give too many people too many maybes. Like almost like you're Charlie Brown sitting on the fence or feeling a little wishy-washy, right? You just want to say yes or no, and let that be what it is. The feeling with these cards coming up the way they are is like things are kind of moving quickly, but you're being asked to flow with it. So there isn't going to be time for the changing of minds, the changing of plans, the changing of direction. Once you're going, you're gone with it. You're going with it, so to speak, right? Because the feeling here is with this Knight of Pentacles, once it picks up, once it goes, then it's going to be off to the races. But you will be able to ask for more time. Just don't give anyone any mixed messages, because that could come back to bite you, Cancer. Two of Swords reversed in solar. Okay, now we've got Three of Wands reversed up here in our Heart of Hearts. So this could be interesting in what you're dealing with. This card has been a theme for a lot of people coming up through this spring. So whatever it is, there's forgiveness and there's understanding that is needing to be had about a situation or about a person. Now, understanding a lot of times will lead to forgiveness, and a lot of times forgiveness will lead to understanding. Whichever order that happens in is kind of like it's up to the two people involved. But when we see this Three of Wands up in the heart, this could be internalized to figuring certain pieces of ourselves out and where we stand on situations. Because a lot of times we kind of question maybe where we stand, you know, are we with it? Are we against it? You know, will going a certain direction burn a certain bridge back to somebody that we're not willing to let go of yet? And that sort of situation. So Three of Wands is much like this Knight of Pentacles energy, right? We're having trouble moving forward. We're having trouble. But it's almost the feeling is that people are going to be asking us, come along, move forward. Like, let's go already. Let's do it, right? And in Cancer, it's like, I don't envy this situation at all. But some of you may just need to say to yourself, all right, I'm going to take a chance. I'm coming out of my comfort zone here to do this, to accommodate for this, or to make sure that that occurs, right? Or to stay out of trouble or into a place where I feel secure and safe. But the universe is almost like asking you, is like, do you know why this is happening? Do you know why the energies are presenting themselves in this way? And Three of Wands is really asking you to understand it, to say, all right, what parts of myself have I been suppressing? What haven't I forgiven myself for? Or what haven't I forgiven others? Or what is it in my conditioning, either subconsciously or in the heart, that is not allowing me to be fully open? And for some of you, it is. There's definitely a fork in the road that's been presented here, where it's like you're going to be asked to go one way or another, and following your heart is not going to be easy. Although, on a mundane level, there might be a Romeo or what is the opposite of Romeo for a female? I can't even think. Scarlett Johansson these days, I guess. I don't know, that, somebody that's going to be woo you off your feet, so to speak, that might help you in this decision. Somebody you may just be wanting to follow your heart into somebody else's world and to really open up and be in a brand new relationship. But understanding yourself through all this is going to be very important. It's going to be, because Cancer, the feeling here is that for some of you, this is going to be cyclical. You may have been at this point in time before. You may be having this deja vu where you're like, I've been at this crossroads before. I've felt this energy before with this, whatever it is that's going on in your situation, where it's like, everything's slowed down. I feel really good about myself. So why am I being forced with this challenge? Why is my heart being, kind of taken in 2 or 3 different directions right now? So understand it. Get in touch with what it is, and let's kind of, don't spend a lot of time in the past, but let's definitely reflect on it and see, okay, the past, little while, 5-10 years. Oh, here, look, we've got Death card up here as a clarifier for this Three of Wands. And it goes to what I'm saying. If this is a cyclical, if you've got deja vu about this particular fork in the road, you're going to have to ask yourself, what have I learned? What have I grown? And what have I remembered about my understanding since the last time this has occurred? And this may help you in your decision making forthrightly. We have to understand transformation. We have to understand, all people say 1 step forward, 2 steps back. Well, it doesn't always necessarily have to be that way if you are in a full understanding, right? In that sort of situation. All right. The heart's wanting to move forward here, I feel. But it's like you guys are needing to be very careful not to go backwards. All right. Now, up in communication, we have a Knight of Cups. So this is a love proposal that is either like going to be delayed, or you're kind of... like I mentioned earlier, somebody might be asking you to almost like elope or come away with them, and it might just be too big of a commitment where you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do that. I don't know if, but the situation here is whatever love offering is there, it's almost like it's not being communicated, or you may not be being fully open in terms of what you're saying to a new lover or to a lover. There may be some despondence or some distance that has been created in terms of your communication with a lover, okay? We've got 2 of the slowest moving knights in the deck here, so things are not really like, they're at a point where it's like, the energy's feeling new, it's feeling fresh, but at the same time, it's almost feeling stuck. There's something that we need to alleviate in order to push forward, in order to push through it, right? And with the Knight of Cups reversed here, when the love offer comes, you can't be giving out these maybes, right? And if you're making a love offer and somebody's being wishy-washy with you, don't accept it, right? Don't accept it. You're going to almost need them to be forthright. And it comes back to this Queen of Swords. Someone, you guys might be having a lot of physical contact with a new lover, but then, there's sort of the unspoken thing. Nobody's willing to address the finer details of what the physical interaction means, of what the relationship means on a mental and an emotional level. So these are certain things that could be coming up for Cancer. And if you're single and waiting on a love offer, you guys are headed in the right direction of putting yourself out there. You may just need to be maybe initiating a little bit more, because I know, you, Cancer, you guys are very beautiful, and you turn a lot of heads when you're out and about. But yet at the same time, when you see something you want, do you really go after it, or are you just kind of waiting for that person to come to you, so to speak? So there may be certain situations where you could be inspired to actually go and strike up that conversation for singles now that are out there. Go and talk to that person that you're really attracted to, because we've got cups here. And you're a water sign, Cancer, so we're going to have to be sort of forced to talk about our feelings a little bit, and maybe forced to initiate when there's something that we are attracted to or that we want to go after it a little bit more, or at least address the fact, speak the fact that we are interested or that we want to take up on this offer, okay, whatever it might be. So, good card to see there. I just hope you guys are jumping on it. Get after it, okay? Third eye, we've got Six of Pentacles. All right, this card is always a reminder of how kind are we being to ourselves? How much of ourselves are we really in touch with at this time, and how much are we really suppressing? The Six of Pentacles is the pip card of balance. It's a kind of a more subtle energy of saying, all right, are we in a place where we feel spiritually healthy and strong enough to enter into new commitments, even though old ones may have kind of shattered our what's the word I'm looking for? Our expectations or our dreams, so to speak, about what love should be, or about what a fulfilling, balanced relationship should look like. Some of you may be divorced. You may have been in long-term partnerships where the family or the marriage was almost run like a business, and you guys complemented each other very well, but the emotional engagement was not maybe there for you, and now you're wanting to see that other side of the coin. Maybe you don't care about how old a new partner is or how much money a new partner has, as long as they are there for you and they're willing to enter into that compassion and that intimacy on that heartfelt level. You're willing to let all of those sort of the circumstantial things about the other person's life go, or are okay with where you're at to say, well, if you're in love, it doesn't matter if you earn this amount of money, or it doesn't matter, if you've been married once or twice before. These are things that can definitely be overlooked, and they shouldn't be like hang-ups, so to speak. Is what I see with Six of Pentacles up in the third eye position, right? And as well, follow through on your dreams, the goal setting. Let's make sure whatever goals we're setting, Cancer, are attainable. If you want to set some long range, super goals, that's fine. Let's just make sure we've got some steps between here and there, point A and point B, to get there to them. Okay, Six of Pentacles. So that sort of thing as well. Some of you maybe have some older children as well up now that we see this situation here where some new budgeting is going to have to come into play, like we said, for summer, or if this is maybe person is graduating and is off to college, that sort of thing. You maybe have wanting to deal with that or look at that, or maybe this person you need to buy a reliable automobile or something of that nature. Okay, for some of you, I feel that's relevant. So be on the lookout for that and certain things in your fiscal world. Okay, now more Page of Pentacles from the Crown. Page of Pentacles brings a message. Cancer, make sure to set a little bit of money aside for something unexpected, or for something that you currently don't see now, but you will need to have a little bit of extra funds to treat yourself or to complete a certain situation. I feel with Page of Pentacles. She's usually here to bring a message, and to see her in Crown Chakra is a little bit different. This is more, it's not really like a warning. This is just saying, let's make sure that we don't run right out of cash with a few days left before the next payday, because there are certain things that could come up, that will come up, that are going to sort of ask you to need to put more of yourself out there than you normally would in regards to a financial thing. And this is clear now in Six of Pentacles, Page and Knight of Pentacles here. You want to make sure that if someone's asking too much of you, or if you've normally been a little bit frivolous and you've been treating yourself a lot, maybe just pull the purse strings closed a little bit for these last 2 weeks in June, Cancer, just in case, because something might come up. This could be a fancy relationship, like a fancy date or something like that, or a new direction where, for those of you that follow that plot line, where someone might ask you to come away with them for a weekend or for a few days, and you knock off work for a few days, and maybe you hop on a plane or a train, and you go, and you just go and enjoy a romantic weekend somewhere, and you want to make sure that you're covered financially to do that. So let's make sure that we're not missing out on that opportunity, okay? It's kind of like it's not a bad energy. It's not saying, oh, watch out for unseen expenses, but this more so is something that you're going to want to do. So you want to make sure that you are in a position where you can do it by just maybe holding off on certain things that come up. All right. Now, from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we've got card number 42. It's called Chop Wood. And I like this one because chop wood is the active engagement in terms of our physical and our work life. Chop wood is like the feeling you get when you come into your body and you are accomplishing things at a level where it's like your proverbial checklist is getting done, sort of thing. So being grounded in everyday experience and humility are some of the things that go along with this card. And this is going to be the balance to this Ace of Cups, because when we pulled this in the root chakra, it's not a very grounded energy. So this is reinforcing that we need to be grounded. This could be for some of us in our spending, but for a lot of us, this is definitely in our planning. And this is sometimes navigating around certain other people in our lives, for sure. There are times when the big dream is meant to be dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is a forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it fully blossoms. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it to be as nature takes its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moment, which brings you even closer to your goal. Nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day and say the things you need to say. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect for right now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up your socks, or tell a silly joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationships right now is very simple. Just be present. Funny how it all takes work to just be in the moment. And isn't that very true? And this comes back to this understanding that we were talking about. And again, with the goal setting, letting go of the big goal to make sure that the little ones can have room to lead up to that bigger one. And if it's a relationship, if it's fulfillment, whatever it might be for you guys, if it's this next best investment opportunity or little vacation, mini vacation that you want to take with the kids, let's do that. Let's get there. But living in the moment is just going to clear the way and make everything just that more certain and clear for you that you are moving in the right direction. Some good cards up here for you, Cancers, and I really appreciate the inner and the outer work that you guys have been doing to promote harmony around you. Know that I love you all, and we'll see you next time.